Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Expect to see a lot more cars on the roads this week. We're talking to both travelers and troopers about avoiding Thanksgiving traffic jams.
They'd greet you as you were coming down the street. You'd see they were a common sight to see the dogs, and then in a short span of time, they all were gone.
More people in central and southern Kentucky counties are coming forward saying their dogs were stolen.
The list of who could temporarily lead Fayette County Public Schools drops from 3 to 2. Why one candidate chose to take her name out of the running.
You never want to hear that somebody's hurt, especially in a building that means so much to so many people.
A 20-year-old is rushed to the hospital after falling out of a third-floor window at Morehead State University.
WKYT News starts now. A visitor to a Kentucky university today had a terrifying fall. Good evening. I'm Kristen Kennedy. Morehead State University leaders say a man fell out of a third-floor window of the music building early this morning. Crews rushed him to UK Hospital. WKYT's Mark Barber tells us in our top story at 6, students are having a hard time understanding how this could happen.
It's strange and just unfortunate, really. You never want to hear that somebody's hurt, especially in a building that means so much to so many people.
As a freshman majoring in music education at Morehead State University, Cole Kavanaugh says he spends most of his time here in the Baird Music Hall. Campus officials say around 3 o'clock this morning, 20-year-old Cody Richmond fell out of a third-floor window in a stairwell connected to the music hall. Campus police say Richmond was rushed to UK Hospital. They aren't saying how seriously he is hurt, but I'm told he is conscious.
It's a crazy thing to think about, especially being in the music hall. I feel safe there. As a music student, I spend all my time there, and the fact that somebody fell out of a window, that's just hard to hear.
Campus officials tell us Richmond is not a student, but they say he was with 2 students when he fell. We're told police believe it was an accident.
I just can't even imagine what happened if they fell out of a window. I can't think of many windows that you'd be able to fall out of in this building.
MSU officials tell us they don't know why Richmond was in the stairwell. Kavanaugh says he hopes the 20-year-old is able to recover from the 30-foot fall. He tells us he's also hoping for some answers.
Just how it happened and why they were in there at a time they shouldn't have been.
In Morehead, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Campus leaders say the building was locked at the time of the fall. They're not sure why the 3 men were inside at that time, and we're just learning Richmond is in fair condition at UK Hospital. After spending weeks fighting for his life, a former Lexington mayor has died. According to our partners at the Herald Leader, 84-year-old Foster Pettit was fishing in October when his boat capsized in the Louisiana Delta. He cut his leg during that accident, and the cut caused a life-threatening bacterial infection. Pettit was Lexington's mayor from 1972 to 1978. Tonight, deputies in Madison County are investigating a death. They tell us they found 35-year-old Scott Renfro dead inside a home on Carver's Ferry Road in Richmond this morning. Deputies will only say this case is still under investigation. The list of interim superintendents to lead Fayette County Public Schools is now one name shorter. Today, one candidate withdrew from consideration. WKYT's Garrett Weimer is at the live desk to explain what happened.
Carmen Coleman was one of 3 candidates interviewed for Fayette County's interim superintendent. Board of Education Chair John Price emailed parents and faculty this afternoon announcing that Coleman no longer wishes to be considered for that interim position. Coleman was the first candidate the board interviewed for interim superintendent. They've also met with Marlene Helm and Ronald Sonny Fentress. Board members hope to fill the position before current superintendent Tom Shelton steps down on December 31st. Price says the board will go into closed session after Monday's board meeting to talk about the candidates and how they want to move forward, but he says he does not expect them to make a decision that night. At the live desk, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Shelton resigned after accepting a position as executive director of the Kentucky Association of School Superintendents. He says his coach helped him when he needed it. Now a 9-year-old boy from Boyle County is returning the favor. Last weekend, assistant youth football coach Dale Shepherdson was seriously injured in a farming accident. He lost a leg and now has to pay thousands of dollars in medical bills. Today, some of Shepherdson's players helped him raise money for a prosthetic leg. To learn how to donate online to help Coach Dale Shepherdson with medical bills, just go to WKYT.com. A story we've been telling you about all week is starting to grow in its number of victims. Investigators in Garrett and Pulaski counties are looking for stolen boxers, and tonight we're learning pet owners in Rockcastle County have missing dogs. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel talked to another pet owner who wants your help tracking down her missing boxer.
In the past week, we've heard about several dogs that have been reported missing in both Garrett and Pulaski counties. This morning, we talked to one woman in Rockcastle County who says that 4 boxers have gone missing on just her road alone.
They'd greet you as you were coming down the street. You'd see, they were a common sight to see the dogs, and then in a short span of time, they all were gone.
Siobhan Madden says 4 dogs have been stolen from Sweetwater Road over the last 6 months. One belonged to her sister, the other was her daughter's, but all 4 of them were male boxers.
We'd called the animal shelter here in Rockcastle, and they had said that another brindle boxer had been taken from down the road here. And then we'd noticed another dog down the road that we'd usually see. We didn't see anymore.
This isn't the first report of stolen dogs, specifically male boxers, around Rockcastle County. On Tuesday, we reported that 7 dogs were believed to have been stolen in Garrett County. Days later, owners in Pulaski County opened up about similar situations. Madden saw our reports earlier this week and realized it sounded all too familiar. Now she's left wondering why so many of the same dogs are being taken.
It just seems like they were focusing on boxers. They're sweet dogs to deal with, so they're easily manageable. And the only things I can think of is for breeding, selling, or fighting. You know, it's the only things I can imagine.
Now, the director of the Garrett County Animal Shelter says that she's heard of about 20 dogs that have been reported stolen between Lancaster and Somerset. In all of those cases, the owners believe those dogs were stolen. In Rockcastle County, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
There is now a group on Facebook dedicated to finding those missing dogs. The weather this weekend compared to last makes it feel like we're in the tropics. Temperatures weren't bad at all outside today. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell's tracking this warm spell we're enjoying in central Kentucky. Jim, it's going to be a short-lived one, isn't it?
That's the problem, especially when you get a warm up like this time of year where it's been so cold and then you get this shot of warm air. It is going to be a short-lived thing. Temperatures out there right now running in the low 50s and mid 50s in many areas. We topped out very close to that 60-degree mark in some locations. Other folks got there. Right now in Lexington, though, we're at 52, 55 down the road in Richmond. That is plenty of milder air. The problem was you couldn't completely enjoy it because of all that wind. It has been a very windy day. You compare this time yesterday to right now and look at it. We're 16 degrees warmer here in Lexington. Almost 30 degrees warmer around the Covington area. So most of us experiencing a much warmer day, and I think tomorrow maybe a few more degrees for a lot of us out there. We've been tracking a little bit of moisture on Defender today through northern parts of Kentucky, a little bit through central Kentucky, maybe a sprinkle or two, but that has really been about it. And there you see some of that moisture passing by with our satellite and radar. Our focus of the forecast isn't the rain out there today. It's what's coming for tomorrow, a windy and wet one for you on your Sunday. We could be talking about wind gusts 40 miles per hour. I'll have more on that coming up for you here in just a few minutes.
Expect to see a lot more cars on the roads this week. Kentucky State Police say Thanksgiving is one of the busiest holidays for drivers. WKYT's Mike Linden talked to troopers and travelers hitting the road.
With turkey time less than a week away, Kentucky highways are about to get a bit more crowded. According to AAA, the volume of drivers on the roads from Wednesday through Sunday will be the highest since 2007, as Americans feel more comfortable taking road trips.
I would recommend to leave early. If you need to be somewhere, I would recommend leaving earlier, a half hour to an hour earlier than you think you need to leave, just because of traffic congestion.
Officials with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet say the simplest way to prevent fatalities on the highways is to put on your seatbelt. AAA forecasts more than 46 million Americans will travel more than 50 miles from home over the Thanksgiving holiday, representing an increase of more than 4% since last year.
Seems like more people's in a hurry Thanksgiving, trying to get home get their things done, to visit family and all, and in a hurry to get back home since it's such a short time, as opposed to like a summer vacation. You got plenty of time to take your time and take it easy.
Trooper Martin emphasizes that if you drink alcohol over the holiday, do not get behind the wheel of a car. In Frankfort, Mike Linden, WKYT.
AAA estimates Thanksgiving trips this year will take more than 25% longer than a normal weekday trip.